Russia lost ammunition for 2 and 4 months of the war due to the 2 destroyed warehouses near Toropets in the Tver region and near the settlement of Kamenное in the Krasnodar Krai. Yes, their destruction does not mean that the war will stop right now, but it deprives the Russian military of maneuverability at this moment, and their logistics of rapid supply of projectiles, which will reduce the intensity of the use of weapons in some places. The Ukrainian success is very, very important. After all, strategic warehouses exist to accumulate resources for a long war. According to Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation of the National Security Defense Council of Ukraine, the depot in Toropets stored Grad MLRS missiles, S-300 and S-400 systems, as well as Iskander ballistic missiles and North Korean KN23s. And the recent strikes on strategic artillery reserves of the Russian Federation are a new stage of the war. Previously, such strikes were carried out mainly on tactical-level ammunition depots, which directly affected combat operations on the front line. Attacks on strategic reserves have far more profound and long-lasting consequences, as they destroy stocks designed for a long-term war. You remember that Putin wants to fight for another year and is doing everything to be able to wage the war even longer. Such blows hit the Russian Federation's ability to prolong the war. It also affects the ability of the Russian Federation to conduct intensive combat operations and will have a cumulative effect. The loss of strategic reserves creates a shortage of ammunition, which becomes critical for the Russian army, especially in the conditions of a protracted war. This tactic demonstrates a change in the approach to war itself. Ukrainian forces seek to deprive enemy of the possibility of a prolonged struggle by striking the most important objects of the military infrastructure. As the head of the Center of Intelligence of the Estonian Defense Forces, Ants Kiviselk, said, Ukraine managed to strike the warehouse when part of the ammunition was not filled in the bunkers. For this reason, a chain of explosions occurred.
30,000 tons of explosive ordnance were detonated, which means 750,000 shells. If we take the average battle rate, the Russian Federation has fired 10,000 rounds a week. As a result of this attack, Russia has suffered losses in ammunition, and we will see the impact of these losses on the front in the coming weeks. Ants Kiviselk, head of the Estonian Defense Forces Intelligence Center.
Kiviselk also noted that Russia continues to maintain the initiative at the operational level. Over the past week, operating pressure has gradually increased. This indicates Russia's desire to completely conquer Donetsk and Luhansk regions of Ukraine. In the Kursk region of Russia, it launched a counteroffensive and moved forward a bit, but the Ukrainians are holding their ground. And today, many mass media began to talk about a new breakthrough of the Russian border in the Kursk region itself. Unfortunately, this is not true. It was breached a week ago and has long been out of Kremlin control.